Check, check. Am I on the mic? Check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello. Okay, well, I see a few bars on the meter. Thanks for checking in, guys. For those of you that have followed along, I appreciate you coming with me on the journey thus far. If you're new, make sure to check out my adventure videos playlist. That's really what this whole channel is about at this point. Now, it is developing into a much larger long-term concept in my mind, and there may be years worth of work to get it to where it begins to resemble what it's going to actually become. So, guys, make sure to check out the adventure videos playlist. I've got something cool to talk with you about today, but I try to remember to show you guys where I'm at each time at the beginning of these as well. I'm on my laptop right now, working off of Wi-Fi. Got my solar power battery in the back. Solar panel is not plugged in right now, but it will be in a little bit. But I'm currently sitting on the beach in Oceano, California, here with the 4x4 tiny home and mobile office. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to take you outside. It's a little breezy out there, so I'm just going to be brief and show you a little bit of what it looks like here, where we're hanging out at today, and then I'll come back and talk with you a little bit more about my thoughts today about becoming a lone wolf and really, truly not only just valuing our time, but falling in love with our pursuit of purpose and the things we do so much that we don't even want to give that time up to other people most of the time because you're on task. So let me show you outside first. Now remember, I can't really see hardly at all right now on this laptop, so this is going to maybe be bad shots, but so there's a Suburban. We got our flag so we can go up in the dunes. Got the ocean. Got sand dunes behind us. They go really deep back there. Big dunes. You can get yourself in a lot of trouble if you don't know what you're doing. And maybe even if you do and you just start having too much fun. All right, so that's today's office space. You'll have to forgive me. I don't have my fancy podcast mic like normal, so I'm going to try to get this a little bit closer to me. So I don't know if you could tell, there's some dune buggies and off-road vehicles out there. This is a off-road park area right on the beach in California. Sand dunes. It's probably one of the absolutely coolest places in the United States of America. Cost you $5 whole to get out here per day, or I bought a annual pass, $50 one time. I'm out here literally every day. I'm out here for every sunrise. I just camped out here last night. I'm camping out here again tonight. $10 a night to camp here. It is pretty ridiculous. And I'm getting a lot of work done too. You know, like I said, I've got my Wi-Fi. I've got my mobile office space that I created from my own crazy vision here. Got my bed. And I'm out here pursuing my dream, which someday it'll be easy to put into words. But right now, it's just continue learning, growing, and evolving, and continue to create content as I get all this turned into something that's a little bit more, I could put it into a sentence or two. So today, what I want to talk to you guys about is, you've probably heard this quote online by now. And if not, let's say that I were to offer you, hey, I want to give you $100 million. You can have a card that will give you as much as you want, anything you want. But you can't wake up tomorrow. Would you really want that money? Would you take that money? And if the answer is that you'd rather wake up tomorrow, well, then waking up every single day is worth more than any possible material object, any amount of money, et cetera, et cetera. And when you value your time that much, you don't want to just give it away because you realize how much of an asset it can be. Now, for me, it's been a long time trying to find purpose. And now that everything's starting to make sense, I'm moving forward in a direction, and I've found what the target is. Now, things are still a little blurry on the path getting there, but I've got the few basic things that must be parts of my life at all time, including sobriety. I can never, ever, ever drink alcohol. I would not get the things done with my life that I have the potential to do if I ever drink again. I'm 8 months since my last drink. And if you are at all concerned that maybe alcohol is holding you back, well, there's no question. It is. It absolutely is. So, a lot of people, they have this pre-packaged purpose that comes to them in their life, in the form of family and kids. And that's really amazing. That gives you the reason to get up and go to work and probably work a job you don't necessarily want to do, but do it because you've got to support the family, you've got the house to pay for, and it's a very noble cause, and it makes it so worthwhile, regardless of how little you actually want to go out and do that work. For me, I don't have kids, I don't have a family, but I've found a purpose, and the most valuable thing that I have that will get me to that purpose is my time, my energy, and all my skills, knowledge, capabilities, and experience that I've developed over the last few decades. So when I start thinking about it, at this moment, I'm still in the real world, selling hours for dollars to make this crazy little vision work. I do freelance work. It makes me some money. YouTube makes me some money. And then I've decided that I'm not going to utilize my professional skills seeking out jobs within the video production or marketing industries. I'm not willing to do that for what people are willing to pay me and what they're getting out of me. I'm not willing to go and beg and plead and say, "Oh, hey, look at my resume, look at my paper, please. Can I sell you my time?" But so I just do tipped food service jobs out in California that pay you really well. Well, mine's the only one that doesn't, but if you see the other videos, you'll see why it's so terribly worth it. But what I'm getting around to is I know that I've got a purpose that's much greater than myself here, and I've really started to I've found and solidified that purpose since I've been on the road now for nearly 8 months, traveling and living and surviving out of this SUV. And you cannot imagine the challenges and wild ride that this has been. Check out my adventure video playlist to see some of the crazy things that have gone down. But at the end of the day, I'm working in this food service industry around people that have very similar attributes to those that have been in the industry I've used to survive out in the ski town a lot of times too, when I lived out in Breckenridge, Colorado for 7 years. And the problem is when you surround yourself with people who have accepted that's pretty much the level that they're at, then that'll rub off on you. You can end up also just saying, yeah, okay, well, I'm a server, I'm a bartender, I work at a restaurant. And I know for me, for all of my skills, for everything I bring to the table, in my ability to communicate, and my creativity, and the vision that I have, the way that I can help the world and help people in it, trading my hours for dollars to do that is ridiculous, except, we still got to survive. But when I'm not there, when I'm not trading hours for dollars, doing freelance work, when I'm not doing that out there standing on the pier on the side of the beach in Pismo Beach, California, selling beer, I'm focused all my time and energy on developing this platform, bringing people along on my mission as I develop myself, as not only pursue sobriety, have achieved it from alcohol, but also pursue health and wellness. And there'll be my 1,000-day fitness update. It'll be here in 70 or 80 days, and it's just night and day difference. And I'm starting to see that there's a completely different way to view the world and how we interact with it and what we expect of ourselves and how we treat ourselves and what we consume. And I know that I can bring people along on this adventure and show them awesome and inspiring results from doing the hard work, from going through the discomfort, from having a vision, from creating and developing a character that I truly admire in every single way within myself, and not being willing to give up on that. And the more I develop myself, the more I'm able to help inspire and encourage others to overcome their vices and to pursue their true passions and become something more than just a cog in a system or a robot for somebody else to sell their time to make someone else money. There's more out there, and the beginning of it starts with fitness and sobriety. And in the long run, after people see me do enough really cool things, and the results that I produce, that you can see in my physique and in my character and in my content and everything that I keep going, that will allow me, with time, with proven results, to influence, encourage, and inspire others to be able to seek out that best version of themselves, to put down the bottle, to find their true passion and go through the discomfort and the hard work and the figuring things out to start moving towards it and then not stop. Because that's the person, imagine I don't have kids. If I had kids, I would want them to see me say, oh, well, you can do anything that you want to if you believe in yourself. And then I'm out there believing in myself, working on doing anything I want to. I don't want to just say it and then not do it. I don't want to tell a kid. I mean, I've seen these fat dads in the gym telling their kids how to lift weights while they're sitting there with their belly hanging over the belt, not working out. I don't want to be that type of influence for anybody. I want to show people this is what you can do when you learn to believe in yourself and you put down the bottle and you go out and you work hard and you get in the gym and you don't miss your days. So when other influences start coming around us that take away our time and our energy and our passion that we have not offered, to me, that's like, man, the battle stations, get the hell away from me. I want nothing to do with you. And I've had that type of situation happen in my life recently. And it's interesting over the years how, fun engagements you used to see, hey, these are drinking buddy type people. These are fun people to be around, to the point now where I'm like, man, if I haven't known you for like 20 years, you're not part of my family, dude. I don't have any time for you outside of my job. When I have to deal with you, I'm going to treat you really good. I'll be respectful and courteous. The second I clock out, I'm out. I don't want to have any new friends. I don't need any new people in my life. The person that I love spending the time with the most is myself. And that person is the one who empowers me to do the most with my life. Not having leeches popping out from all over the place, trying to get me to give up my time and energy to benefit them without any regard for what I'm giving up. So I don't know exactly how this little live went the way it did. I'm still really learning to try to connect with my people in the right way, because when they understand what all this is, the right viewers will find this. They'll really enjoy the content I have for them. And I think there's going to be I know there's going to be something great that comes out of this. Where is it going to go? Who knows? Is YouTube going to be the main channel? I feel like it, but who really knows? But at the end of the day, I hope that everybody that's watching this takes just a moment to think and realize, hey, my time really is extremely important, and it's my time, and I don't owe it to everybody who's bold enough to ask me to take my time away from my purpose, from my family. If family is your main purpose, do you feel good about people asking you to take time away from your family to help them with their yard work, to drive around your vehicle that you put all the hours into building and money into new parts so you can take care of their chores for them while you disregard your own? There are people like myself who are not going to ask anybody for anything unless it's absolutely necessary. And even then, I'm going to try to get around that. And then there are other people who have no problem just bumming off of any single person they see, any resource they see, any person they see that has any sort of thing that can help them as a resource. They're just going to go and bother them for it. And a lot of us, because of the way we go through society, being raised to be, sweet and nice and everything, we're just going to feel required to do so. And, I was put in a situation where it kind of like brought up these old, more like passive aggressive reactions, because I hadn't quite had somebody being so bold as to just tell me to completely blow off all my own good for theirs and do it in a manner that they even acted as if they're just completely entitled to my time. I haven't dealt with that before. And as I'm developing this new version of myself that has zero problem speaking his mind, sometimes I'm still trying to understand, well, why does this cause me a problem? I think I've got it figured out after this, because I'm riding solo, man. I can put this into words. I can write this up. I understand this now. I'm not interested in being friends with you on a one-to-one basis. I'm interested in encouraging and influencing people in the masses. I don't need any new friends right here next to me in person. What I need is for people to stay out of my way so I can pursue my goals and my passion. And what's the easiest way to keep people out of my way? Get them the hell out of my own way and don't allow them to treat me like a resource. So, well, maybe I'm just blowing off a little steam on this one. It's become really obvious for quite a while that that I value my time and energy above pretty much anything else I have, and I really hope that you have see enough value in yourself and your own time and energy that you don't just give it away sparingly with no regard for yourself, because there is never a shortage of people that need the resources, time, and energy and passion you have. But you've only got so much of those. So you got to make sure to dedicate some of those to yourself, and more to yourself than others. That's not a bad thing. You can't be the best, most loving, most awesome version of yourself to others if you use up all your time and energy and passion and everything giving it away before you have a chance to be solid yourself. So who knows? I feel like I need to do a second live video here that's got more of a positive tone, because I didn't mean for it to sound quite this negative. But the cool thing is I'm out here creating content, doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. And this is going to exist forever. So someday I'll be able to look back and just see the message I had today and see how it applied to my life from this point on. I hope all you guys are treating yourselves with care and love. And I think one of the very most important parts of that is self-discipline. Get out, get your heart rate up, go lift some heavy things up. Stop putting that burrito or burger in your mouth. Start eating bananas and blueberries and meat that hasn't been processed. And if you have to eat something that's processed, have a can of protein shakes sitting around and have a couple protein shakes instead of eating a bag of Doritos or smashing down a bowl of cereal. It's amazing how our body responds when we stop treating it like trash and filling it with trash. And that's one of the great things. For me, first I got into the gym. Then I started learning how to eat better. Then I stopped drinking altogether after battling with that for a long time. And then the eating became even better. And then I started getting into intermittent fasting. And then I started understanding more about macros and nutrition and timing and protein and everything. And now it's just like I look more evolved every day. I look in the mirror. I'm like, wow, hey, there's a new line. There's a new vein. I mean, I don't know if you can look at this. Yeah, the lighting's not that great, but I'm covered in veins now. I've got veins in my abs. And a big part of it is just changing the idea that food is there for pleasure, like that's somehow going to make life good, to food is fuel, and I need to get the best fuel out of what I put in my body. So these are the messages that someday, as you guys see me have amazing adventures that you wish you could be out doing while achieving the dream physique and becoming the happiest, most fulfilled version of myself, I really want to bring you guys along on the journey with me so you can see this is true and possible throughout the journey. As you see where I started was as I post these pictures on my 1,000-day fitness journey. Let me show you day one. Let me show you when I was fat and drunk and skinny all at the same time. See what you can do when you make a decision. There's a single day, one single day, the day that I went into the gym and I said, everything's changing, and everything changed, and you can do it too. And I want to be somebody who can help influence and encourage and inspire you to recognize that and be maybe one of the people or the person that said, okay, things click. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to decide I'm going to do things different now. And I know that there are people out there in the world that they will be able to see what I do and hear my message, and it will influence them to make those positive changes for themselves. So this one's drawn out enough. Guys, thanks for coming along on the journey. Remember, always check out those adventure videos. I've got a new vlog coming up. I'm not sure. I've put a lot of time and energy and effort into it. It might fall in the adventure videos playlist too. I'm still getting some of this dialed in, but like I said, motion creates clarity, and it's going to be funny. There's going to be a certain point where it's just like, oh, this is so simple. This is what it is. This is what we do. Here's the few steps. Repeat. But it's not there yet. So how do I figure that out? I just keep moving. Never drink. Always work out. Always eat right. Always create content. I do those 4 things. Nothing else is going to matter. Everything will work out. I love you guys. Those of you that have followed along, that have listened to me, that have checked out my videos, it means the world. I'm sharing my whole life. I'm putting my heart and soul into this. Just a lot of times get 100 views, because I don't think the algorithm understands what to do with me yet. I can't even hardly put what I'm doing into words easily yet. But thank you guys for following along on my journey. And I hope to see and hear from you guys in the comments here or on my other videos. Peace out.